Hello guys, welcome to another episode of Clues, Cues and Reviews, and today we're looking at the most recent chapter of Fairy Tale, roughly translated to A Moment of Silence. So a pretty straightforward chapter, brilliant setup chapter for a lot of things yet to come. I'm giving this about 6 or 7 out of 10, so it was good for what the setup was. We do get interesting pieces of information, but I'm looking forward to what the battles that come on the back of this chapter. So without further ado, let's get into the review. So point number one really starts off from the cover page and is the initial part of the chapter. Really what it does for the reader, for you and I guess, what it does, it kind of reconfirms where everything is. There's been so much crazy going on in the most recent chapters. Sometimes with a lot of information it's very difficult to keep up. So the first page and the first couple of pages really kind of re-go over everything. So for example, the picture says out north is Sabretooth versus Bradman. It's pretty much at a stalemate at the moment, but by Warren's discussion saying once Gajeel and the crew get there, that'll hopefully change the tide. In the east at the moment, the four of the 10 top Wizardly Saints are down, and August and Jacob are heading towards Fairy Tale at the moment, with Aknoli, God knows where he is, and God's Serena already down. In the south, Wendy and Sherry are about to fight Di Maria. Laxus has just defeated Walik, or Wally, and Elsa and Kagura are heading towards Nineheart, and pretty much Leon, Grey, and Juvia are fighting fodder at the moment. So it's an interesting breakdown there. Then we get to the west, and basically Zeref and Invel are there with the parts of the army. So we get this breakdown and we say, look, we've only got 8 of the 12 left to defeat. So everyone's getting excited, like, yeah, we can do this. And Makarov, being the spoilsport that he is, has to put a damper on all the positivity and say, look, we're still in the shits right now. Zeref can attack at any point. We really need to do something about him. First, what do you think we should do? And she goes, I need time to think. So they're in a shitstorm at the moment. They're in the eye of the fucking storm. And it's interesting to see what's going to happen. We're going to have to wait and see. But that's an interesting, just a recap of everything so far that's happened and where we are at the moment with each of the characters. So point number two. Point number 2 is interesting because it's a relatively simple point, to be honest with you, but it was cute and funny at the same time. So basically what it is, the chapter kind of heads towards the south. The focus of the rest of the chapter is really towards the south, and basically Grey, Juvia and Leon are taking out the trash, so to speak. All the fodders are getting beaten up. So some try to sneak attack them, but they get countered by a hooded character who turns out to be Meredy from Grim Sorcery, or Grim Sorcery. And like Juvia's like, oh Meredy, how you doing? And she's like all grown up and she's looking all cute and whatnot, and Leon's like, oh, how adorable, and you get to see him blush and stuff like that. So although it's not necessarily like an amazing point, the fact that we've reintroduced a character with a post time skip change, a redesign, is always a positive thing. And I'm sure some fans will get a bit too excited about this, like for Neville will be like, ooh, and whatever he does when he sees some nice fan service. So an interesting point, but it was cute from Leon to feel that way. I guess this will kind of hint towards his pairing for the future. That's point number 2. So point number 3 is to do with Erza and Kagura. They're heading towards the ships where Nineheart is meant to be docked, and on the way there they basically run into Nineheart's kind of night crew, and there's meant to be 4 of them, but they run into 2 of them. One looks like a beefed up version of Elfman, a kind of an Oni version of Elfman, and the other one looks a bit like Grey but with a lot more fuzzier hair. Suffice to say, they take them out pretty quickly, but then they get distracted, and like Kagura's worrying about Erza's wounds, and Erza's worrying about Kagura's wounds, and they get distracted, and you hear someone in the background going, didn't we tell you that there's 4 of us? And then as they're jumping down, they get taken out by the returning Jalal. Jalal is back. You'd think that'd be the case considering Meredy's back, right? But Jalal is back, and and it's like, no, look, cover your face, you'll get seen. He goes, look, I'm tired of running, I'm here to take care of Zeref once and for all, let's get the show on the road. However, at the same time, Kagura's there, and she's like, oh, I don't know how to. You can tell she's confused. She doesn't know what to do. So it leaves them with a dilemma. So I'm sure we're going to explore this. One thing I found interesting, and it's going to involve me going back and reading it myself, but I'm sure Jalal gave up his eye or one of his eyes when he was fighting with the Eurasian seas, I believe they were. The people that had the Zero, and the dude that's a dragon slayer as well. I'm sure at some point he gave up his eye as part of to get out of an illusion. So it looks like he's got both of his eye back. So I want to see if they explain that, or is that a plot hole there. I'm gonna have to go back and need to verify, but that's point number 3. So point number four was a bit twisted for me because it's Di Maria. She gives me the heebie-jeebies. She seems a bit of a psycho, and we find out that basically she can control time. She can make time stop. It's called the sealing magic age seal, basically is what it's called. So I was just reading the notes, apologies. But yeah, so she can stop time. So to her, everyone stood still, and she's like pressing with the faces, and she's like, what shall I do with you? What shall I do with you? And she's ready to attack Wendy, but Wendy somehow counters, moves out the way, and then Cheryl jumps in with an attack, and Wendy jumps in with an attack, and like Demoni's like, what's going on? I don't understand. And then you hear someone in the background saying, you thought this was just your domain. This is also my domain. So we get to see the return of the third member of Grim Sosare. Yes, Altair is back. Looking young, looking fine, looking fresh. Another thing a lot of people are going to get excited about. Again, another point. How did she get young again? Was this in the filler? Is it something I've missed? Again, I'm going to have to go back and see. I'm hoping if it's something I haven't missed. I don't think I have. It gets explained, because that's going to be another plot point that doesn't make any sense. But we'll have to wait and see what happens. Them are your 4 main points. Let's go into thoughts and discussions in point number 5. So as mentioned in the introduction, this was really a good setup chapter for new battles. So we've had some clarification with a few battles. I think what's really going to happen over the next couple of chapters, unless it kind of disappears away and comes back, is kind of clearing out the south. So I'm guessing what's going to happen is we're going to have a few chapters on the battle with Di Maria. We might get Nineheart, or it might go to the north for Bradman first, and then come back. So that's, I think north and south are pretty much going to get taken care of. Now, a few questions that I had that haven't quite been clarified, and I'm guessing people are thinking about it as well. So we know that there were 3 in the south, right? So there were 3 people in the south. We know there was Gajil. We know there was the Lady Brandish, and we know there's Bradman. That's 6 there, right? We've got 3 that are coming from the 3 that are coming from the they were coming from the east, but one got taken down. So there should be 3 more, right? There's one obviously Invil, but there's 2 missing. So I want to know who these other 2 bringing out, what they're doing. I guess they've been introduced, but I want to find out more about these people and find out what's actually going on, and hopefully that'll be clarified. Unless I misunderstood something, please leave it in the comment section below. As always, if there's something you've enjoyed, you've liked, please give me a thumbs up. If there's something you've disliked, please give me a thumb down as well. Good or bad, leave it in the comment section or below, so I can use it. If you give me a thumbs down and you don't let me know what's going on, how do I improve? I really need to know. And please, if you haven't already done so, please show your support by subscribing. I really appreciate that. I do give you weekly reviews. I try to do them on time and try to get to the main points as soon as possible. But that's all for me today, guys. Till next time, peace.